Last night's episode of Friday Night SmackDown featured a crowning moment for Queen Nia, the debut of the dangerous Gorillas of Destiny, and the teased retirement of AJ Styles. Let's break it down, segment by segment, emoji by emoji. You're watching Allison Analysis. Let's start it off with a crowning moment for Queen Nia, because Nia Jax, well, she looked like a star in this. Seriously, if, this was a few years ago, I feel like every week I'd be complaining about Nia Jax. But now, every week I'm praising her. She has improved so much, and she now has the look and the feel of the star, along with the abilities to back it up. The in-ring celebration gets a thumbs up for me. She called out Bayley. Bayley was on her way out, but Piper Niven had different ideas. Chelsea Green said to Nia Jax, well, hey, you might want Bayley at SummerSlam, but it could be Piper Niven instead. And Nia Jax said, I don't care which one of you I get, but I'm going to beat whoever it is. I like this segment. It advanced two stories at once, and again, helped, really establish Piper Niven as a threat in the SmackDown Women's Division. Up next, we had Austin Theory versus Ciampa, and I have a few things to say about this match. Firstly, I'm going to need to give a thumbs up to the commentary team, because they acknowledge the history between Gargano and Theory in the way. And, in a different era of WWE, I'm not entirely sure if they would have acknowledged that. They might just have completely ignored it. Secondly, I'm going to need to give a subtle round of applause to Austin Theory bringing back his indie finisher, Ataxium, or however you say it, because that move is so good, and it looked amazing on Ciampa last night. The only negative is that Ciampa kicked out of it, because this should be Austin Theory's new finisher. But guys, I have a theory. I think WWE are expanding Austin Theory's moveset and giving him more in-ring time to try and get fans on his side, because I believe it's Grayson Waller who's going to be turning heel on Austin Theory when they do split up, probably in the near future. And listen, when Austin Theory does turn face, this face run is going to be make or break for his career, and I certainly hope it is make. But let's face it, Austin Theory has been missing something since being called up to the main roster, and I don't think anybody's able to put their finger quite on what it is, but it's just something that he's missing. And hopefully this face run, he'll have the opportunity to show how great he is between the ropes, and hopefully just win some fans over, because I'm really rooting for this guy, and he's still young as well. The match itself ended with, of course, Grayson Waller kind of, messing up, showing some cracks in the relationship between him and Austin Theory, and Ciampa winning with a roll-up. Overall, a fun match. It'll get a thumbs up off me. LA Knight then went backstage to talk to Nick Aldis, and he wants the United States Champion, Logan Paul. He then cut a brilliant promo to Kayla Braxton about it before Carmelo Hayes interrupted, and he should not have interrupted, because he got absolutely roasted on the mic by LA Knight. Yeah, I mean, listen, going, toe-to-toe on the mic with LA Knight is always a bad idea. And unfortunately, Carmelo Hayes found it out firsthand last night on SmackDown. But, at the LA Knight promo, it's going to get a subtle round of applause from me. We then had Andrade El Idolo take on Apollo Crews. Apollo, I have missed you. Where have you been? I know he's currently getting a college degree or a PhD or something like that. So he seems to have just been doing WWE on the side a little bit right now. It's a bit of a side hustle for the man. But I mean, Apollo Crews, it's always great to see him. Let's not forget, once upon a time, Triple H was genuinely saying that Apollo Crews could be a future WWE champion and a star of the business. And it's unfortunate that potential has, never really come through. But hey, could we be seeing a bit of a revival for him on Friday nights? I'd love to see that. And his match against Andrade, it was decent. But the big story is that Legado want Andrade to join, but Andrade has no intention to join them. He brushed past Santos Escobar, and Angel Garza, who was really busy recruiting Andrade, well, he looked a bit embarrassed, didn't he? But Apollo Crews was also embarrassed that Angel took away some of the spotlight from his return match. So Apollo Crews took him out backstage. A more aggressive side to Apollo Crews than we're used to seeing. And this tells me Apollo is here to stay. And I'm really, really happy about that. And I'm excited to see where it goes. A thumbs up from me all day long. Kevin Owens then came out and he got straight into the bloodline. He does not like the bloodline. We know that, and he loves to complain about them and he loves to fight them. But Paul Heyman then came out, and listen, as soon as Paul Heyman comes out in a bloodline segment, you just know it's going to be a banger, and this was no different. In fact, it can take my money. Genuinely, Paul Heyman has gotten the Gorillas of Destiny and Solo Sikoa so over by just talking about how dangerous they are. And Kevin Owens said to him, well, why should I trust you, Paul? You've always screwed me. And Paul Heyman said, can't you see? And he was getting really emotional about it. He was talking a lot faster than usual. He was saying, can't you see, Kevin? I'm trying to protect you. Can't I do anything good? And you could tell by the fear in this man's voice, the change in his pace of talking. Paul Heyman's just a genius. Let's just admit it. Heyman is an absolute genius, and I know Triple H has gotten a lot of credit for this Bloodline storyline, and he should get a lot of credit, but Paul Heyman really is the mastermind behind it. And I mean, a lot of the best moments of the Triple H era so far have come from Paul Heyman. And that's not me having a go at Triple H. I love Triple H. But just put some respect on Paul Heyman's name, please. The guy's still underrated. And that's crazy to say because everyone's talking about how great he is. And even still, that's underrating him. This guy is an absolute genius of professional wrestling. And this Bloodline storyline might be the greatest work of Heyman's career. Up next, the former New Japan Pro Wrestling tag team, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, the Gorillas of Destiny. Ain't nobody realer than Gorillas. Ain't nobody realer than Gorilla Tag Team. Oh, Gorilla Tag Team. Sorry, guys, that was like one of my favorite theme songs in professional wrestling. Unfortunately, that's not here, so that's going to get a thumbs down. No, I'm only joking. New Japan own it. I can't do that. But who were there were the Street Profits, and they had a really fun tag team match. Nothing too special, but it just really showed how aggressive and dangerous the Gorillas of Destiny are and really established them. And also, because the Street Profits didn't see the tag, it protected them too. So this is getting a thumbs up off me. But I might as well keep my thumbs up because up next we had Bayley and Naomi come down to the ring to face Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. And I mean, this match, it wasn't anything too special, but it made Piper Niven look like an absolute beast. And that's what you need to do when you're trying to establish her as a challenger for Bayley's championship in Scotland. And I'm really looking forward to this match. And Piper Niven, I've watched her for years now. Seriously, I was watching her on the independent scene in the UK. I mean, almost a decade ago. I think it'd been 7, 8 years ago now. And then I thought she's got so much potential. And now finally she's on the big stage. And I'm excited to see her versus Bayley, that's for sure. And this entire build I've really enjoyed because it's really establishing Piper as a threat. And also Chelsea Green is still taking credit for a lot of Piper's work. I don't really want to see them split up, to be honest with you. But hey, it's probably going to happen in the near future. Then time for the main event. And AJ Styles was teasing his retirement all night long. He came down to the ring, he grabbed a mic, he was reminiscing with the Good Brothers. They were throwing up the Too Sweet. It was lovely, it was heartfelt, but let's be real about it. I don't think anybody actually thought he was going to retire, but I mean, maybe people did, who aren't in the know and aren't familiar with this storyline. They've done quite a few times in WWE now, but still, this segment was really, really entertaining. But then out came Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes really, was putting over AJ Styles. It was a really great moment, and a lot of people were pointing out about how Cody Rhodes didn't bring out the championship with him. But I did not mind that at all in this one instance. And the reason why I didn't mind it was that if Cody Rhodes brought it down, then it might seem like Cody's trying to overshadow AJ Styles. And we talk a lot about how Cody does a lot of heel-like stuff and how, that could maybe, potentially, have fans turn on him long term. Well, this was a big babyface move. Shout out to Cody and whoever, made that decision, because that was the right one to make. But AJ Styles took out Cody Rhodes, and their feud is going to continue. This is great. Cody Rhodes desperately needs a long feud in this title reign, because so far the first match against AJ Styles felt random. The Logan Paul match felt random. If we just continued on this stretch of random matches, it was going to get really, really boring because, good matches are only good for so long. You need stories. That's what makes WWE great. And now we have a story. We're continuing the AJ Styles feud, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I really, really am. Some people have been critical of Cody Rhodes' title reign so far. Well, I think right now it's going to, really get some praise off people. Hopefully this storyline lasts another 1 or 2 pay-per-views, maybe Clash and Money in the Bank, and then at SummerSlam do something different. Because, listen, it's just going to be really exciting to see. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, they killed it at Backlash. And now, when this feud's getting a little bit more personal, I reckon it could go to a whole other level. And I'm excited for that. This segment can take my money. Overall, last night's episode of SmackDown was a fun one. It did lack a little bit from an in-ring standpoint, but from a storytelling standpoint, it excelled. It really got me excited for AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes and the continuation of their feud, Piper Niven and Bayley, and of course, what is next for the new bloodline, and it really established the Gorillas of Destiny as a true threat in that tag team division. So overall, I'm going to give this episode of SmackDown a thumbs up. It just about misses on getting a subtle round of applause, purely because, the in-ring action just kind of wasn't there to back it up. But still, an easy-to-watch, fun episode of SmackDown, which did what it needed to do, and that was advance some storylines. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Allison Analysis. If you did, please leave a like and comment below. I read all the comments and all of that. If you have any feedback on the structure of these episodes, comment that down below as well. And I will see you guys on Tuesday to talk a little bit of Monday Night Raw. Pa 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 pa. Peace.